Doctors and scientists classify children and their disorders into 5 colors. The third group is gold, who have the power to manipulate electricity. The red color for those who can control fire, and the 5th group is orange, the most and orders them to be killed immediately on sight. The film takes us to a live. At night, Ruby comes to her mother's room to calm her down. Mother calls the government to take Ruby away to the healing camp. Finally, Ruby is taken to the examination where she is identified as being, but Ruby is able to control his mind and convince him that she is green, but there are no red nor orange, because they are all killed immediately on sight and for making a mistake. The captain feels that Ruby is more stupid than the other result, the captain takes her away for punishment. The children are treated as a very loud sound whose frequency can only be heard by the children. During finds out that Ruby is an orange. Dr. Kate secretly writes a note to Ruby, then directly goes to the boiler room, and in there, Dr. Kate is waiting for her. Manages to leave using Dr. Kate's car. But at the checkpoint, Ruby is out of the camp. In the car, Kate gives Ruby a panic button that Kate takes her to a gas station to meet her boyfriend, Rob, who Ruby becomes suspicious of their motives. When Ruby changes her clothes, the girl then gets into a van, and Ruby follows her to hide from Dr. Kate. Liam is a blue with telekinesis ability, while the intelligent Lady Jane is a child hunter who works for money. While in and even knocking down the trees. As a result, they manage to escape on their way down the East River to a group of children led by a mysterious person nicknamed Children's League led by Dr. Kate is not a good place to stay. He used to be left the league. Meanwhile, Ruby and the others spend the night at an her parents' memories of her when she was a kid. While sleeping, Ruby and the rebellion was led by Liam. Because of the trauma during her life at the camp, since they never have a normal childhood. But suddenly, their bodies are with telekinesis abilities. At night, they talk about the children, a secret they cannot tell. However, Ruby uses her telepathy to see what EDO is, but he finds nothing. However, after speaking with represents 4, and O represents 0. And he uses the number 4. The next day, on the road, they are ambushed by Lady Jane, and gives Jane a deserving punishment. Liam and the others are shot. Later, Ruby confides with Liam about her past. And they start to fall in love. They are so amazed because they haven't seen that many children in a very long time. Ruby. At night, they have a party. Liam and Ruby dance to first people to survive the terrible disease, and the government used him to experiment. He escaped and formed a children's association where all the children can live safely. In return, Ruby teaches him how to erase people's memories. However, finally decide to leave the place. But while on the run, they are ambushed by. It is revealed that all this time, Clancy has been the mastermind behind it all, the government using his power. His main goal is to create his army of children electricity to create a trick to escape. Suddenly armed forces arrive the government, and they set the camp on fire. The battle finally ensues, manipulates the minds of all the children there. Liam and the others are forced to leave. Clancy shows his brutal nature, and controls their mind to kill themselves by to control the pilot's mind, and a helicopter crashes and explodes. But to use her panic button to call the Children's League for help. But Liam is arrested by the League because he has betrayed the League before. And fight against the government alongside them. However, Kate is sure that to stay together and discuss plans for both of them in the future. But Ruby is first meeting in the van, chatting together and dancing together, are all gone. End of the story, Ruby joins and trains with the Children's League. But their sides will be inevitable. Subscribe for more videos like this.